Hey, thank you for taking the time to check out my app. You will be the first to get a sneak peek because I haven't launched it yet. I'm about a month away from launching. I tried myself to learn Mandarin, and I tried a lot of different apps, and I tried tutoring, and there were a lot of things that I wanted that were not on the market, and that you couldn't get from a tutor. And you're about to see some of them right here. So again, the name of the app is Mandarin My Way. Without further ado, let's jump into this. So the first thing I have is a pronunciation guide. You can flip through the pages. Notice, by the way, it's the user interface is made for a phone or a tablet. It's made to be easy to read, easy to use. If I click on any one of these sounds, it has a visual of the speech pathology, and it has a description box below of the articulation of how that sound is made. And you can flip through these all day and practice your speech pathology, or you could exit and you could do the compare two sounds section, right? Where you can compare any two sounds, right? Let's say that there's some that you struggle with. Let's say it's these two. They sound very similar, right? But notice that they are paired up with different finals. And if I flip through them, you'll get a full index of what those sounds are paired up with. And you'll see that they're very different, what they're paired up with. Oh, by the way, you could any of those sounds you could have accessed right there. Speaking of accessing sounds, I also have a opinion chart that you can zoom in and out on your phone tablet. You can move it around. It's actually real nice on a phone to move it with your finger, right? But the opinion chart is pretty necessary if you're first starting, because you need to know, for example, that this sound. Yeah, let's zoom up a little bit. You need to know the opinion chart. I'll just say that. And to be able to click on any sound you want. And to be able to play it, right? That's huge. It allows you to navigate through the language with by the way, that's a native recording, right? So with clean audio, you'll be able to hear the language, the sounds that you need to hear, that you need to compare, so you can make the connections you need auditorily when you need them, right? So anyways, again, nice, clean user interface for a phone. Let's get out of there. We have an introduction to tones. Oh, sorry, my bad. Hold on, let's play this. So what's interesting about it, lights up red if you got it wrong, blue if you got it right. We have a settings button where you can actually select the sounds that you want to work on. If you just wanted to do these three, and you go back to your selection, reshuffle, that's all you're going to get. Or if you want to do R and X, for example, right? You could do that, right? So you have complete customization with your tone test. So this is a introduction to tone board. If we exit there, you have an intermediate tone section. Oh, let's try again. And it could go up to 4. And what it does is it stretches your tone hearing. So these aren't real words. They're not real sentences. They're just a jumble of sound, compound sounds, so that you could get your tone practice. If you get it wrong, let's say that I do this again. Actually, I was happy with that one. But let's say I get it wrong. The red represents what you got wrong, and the blue represents what you got right. So that's the intermediate 4. It helps you kind of just practice your tones. You know, it's funny that I did better on the intermediate tones than I did on the introduction to tones. There's also a spell what you hear section. So you hit this.
人
Now, by the way, the settings button for the tone select also affects the settings here. So as I'm listening to this, I did R and Z, I think, or R and X, or R and Z, yeah.
人 西
Yeah, yeah. So if you get it wrong, let's just get it wrong for. Yeah. So it'll tell you. It's like, hey, this is what you answered. This is what you were supposed to get right. And like I said, you could focus on the sounds that you're struggling with, right? Because you can change the settings up, and the yeah.
霞
So last but not least, let's take. Oh well, there's a display. We might as well look at this display while we're at it, right? You could change your background. You could change the opacity. You could change it to a really harsh opacity, but there's no point in that. Ooh, we got a little kitty. Let's just stick with the kitty for a while. We got HSK 1 through 6, so it's the full everything as far as vocab goes. Oh, that's HSK 3. Here, wait, let's go back to 1. Let's hit 1 through 10. So this is just an example of a block that you might be studying in any particular time. Big, many, happy, good, cold. So if we click on that, the first page you get is the study card page where you can flip through the words right here. You can flip the card front and back, or you can flip through the aspect of learning up here, whether it be character, sound, meaning, opinion. So let's say that you're on the sound. You click on the sound.
冷
You're like, okay, it's this character. You imagine it in your head, flip the card. You're like, oh, no, I was wrong, right? Or you could go to the characters section, look at it, say, you know what? This one means this word, flip it. You're like, oh, yeah, I was right, cold, right? So this allows you to, it's a quick and easy way for you to access all aspects of the study through the card method, right? Now, if we go up here and we hit the quiz button, again, it's focusing on the 10 words, the block of 10 that we're studying now. You can also, by the way, you can select, when we're done with this, you will be able to select a custom study deck. So what other vocabulary words that you're studying at that particular time, you will be able to access. It will update this quiz page. So the first part of the quiz is this draw character section.
热漂亮
Now, I flipped to a random 2-character word just to demonstrate that the quiz does this. You see it here in the corner, it has a question mark. And question mark represents a placeholder for the character that you're being tested on. So you're being tested on here, the second character of 漂亮. Hold on, make sure I say that right.
漂亮
That looks like I said it right. Then you could draw the character, flip the card, be like, oh, I got it wrong. I should have gotten that one, actually. I should have just tried it. But I wasn't confident enough. Then, you could just, if you wanted to, you could just index through
热
it.
少
Or you could shuffle through it.
少
Because it's focused on the block of 10 that you're learning, or it's focused on the cards that you're currently studying. Some people might feel like they got the pattern and they don't want to shuffle through it. They might want to, or they don't want to index through it. They might want to shuffle through it. Or let's say that there is a particular word they're trying to find. They could just index through it real quick by hitting the arrow. So that's why I have both of those. It's there's actually a functional reason for it. Then there's a 4-up for character recognition. You can shuffle through those. Then there is a 4-up for tones.
好
Anyways, you get the idea. Then there's a 4-up for the opinion, right? Then there is a 4-up for the meaning. And just so you know, all of these words are the words on the block that you're currently studying. So you are studying every aspect of those vocab words. The character drawing, the character recognition, the tones, the opinion itself, and the meaning for it. So the whole idea is that you will be able to select the not only the elements that you're studying, but the elements of those elements that you are studying. So Yeah, so it literally you're studying the content you need your way. That's why we're calling it Mandarin My Way. So, anyways, you get the idea. The best way to make to learn is to make the connections you need when you need it, and that's the whole point of this setup. The last thing the last two things that we're going to be putting in before we launch, just for a heads up, is we're doing a guided conversation chatbot where the words that you're studying, that it will give them to you in example sentences. You'll even have options of your response. There'll be 4 options. You'll get to speak it, and you'll be able to see how well you did. It will select those options based on what you spoke, and you'll be able to have a guided conversation with the vocab that you're learning in the actual native structure of the Chinese and the native grammar. And then the last and final thing we're going to have on the home screen is an actual infinite chatbot where you can select your difficulty level and the topic, and you can just literally talk to a chatbot in Chinese. I know it's really big to not just to hear the language, but to speak it, and those are the 2 parts that this app focuses on. So, what do you think? Thank you ahead of time for your feedback, and I hope you have a good day.